Scoop this back. Hello, Baldwin Beauty Schools. Say something if you're in attendance for this today, March 28th, Prerequisite of the Learner. Go ahead and log in at this time. We're going to take a few minutes. Hello, Kylie. Hello, Emily. Hi, Frida. Hey, Annabelle. I'm so happy to have you guys. Hopefully, you guys have tuned in for the last few days. Hi, Destiny. Hello, Jennifer. Brandon Womack. Chloe Long. Elizabeth Hernandez North. Alina Frias. Miranda Hobbs. Hi, Zuli. Zuli Marquez. Lauren Garabedian. Kylie Cunningham. Daisy. This is a good thing when you guys log in early because I can make sure the roll call is solid and pure. Some of you decide to log in halfway through or at the end. You guys have to remember that you're getting hours for the time that you're logged in and your participation. Amber Crum, Kimberly Chan, hi Kimmy. Hi Wendy, hi Randy. Lauren Riviera, Cassie Graff, Olivia Fleck, Joelle Askelson, McKenna Klecker. So happy to see you guys. I am again blessed to be here. Make sure that you like my stream or my live chat today. Have a lot of information on what you guys will be learning. So today, Wendy wants you guys to know that your assignments are due. Katie will be scanning and sending a review for the hour, and Wendy is going to give you guys a mass text to let you know what your assignment is, what completes your assignment, and what you're expected to do for a grade, which is a lab grade. Yes. And you guys need to make sure that you participate from beginning to end to get all of your hours. So right now we have 21 logged in, 3 likes. Go ahead and like me today. Like my little ensemble. I'm dressing up for you guys. Destiny, does anyone have 4822 state board questions? Oh, I don't know what that number means, but hopefully you can find that out in the Milady Standard Cosmetology textbook or the Pivot Point Cosmetology Fundamentals book. Want to go over how this is very important to your learning, even though you don't, have the same luxury of us being there physically teaching you and being present. This is another avenue for you to get the information as far as theoretically hands-on people. You guys know hands-on is near and dear to our hearts, but we'll get back to that soon, as soon as we can. Okay, the email hasn't been sent out yet. Wendy's going to send that out for your assignment, so don't panic. It's going to be okay. Molly's going to follow up with you this weekend for your assignments and for your chapter grades. Just make sure you guys are compiling a notebook full of written assignments so that we know that you are following along with all of the information in the lessons so that you can receive a grade upon your return to school. So right now we have 28 people. We've got 3 minutes before 12 o'clock. I'm early just to give everybody who is awake and alert this morning a chance to chime in and for me to say hello. Hello, Yasmin, Riri, Brianna Alonso, Yasmin. Good to see you, Yasmin. Try to get as many hours as you can. Laura Lopez and Elisa Siciliano. Alexis Lazo, Sarah Behrens, Morgan Martinez, 1157. Very good. And thank you, Morgan, for logging in your time that you logged in, but you also have to make sure that you stay plugged in so that you can get the notes in order to pass those tests. So logging in and staying tuned is two different things. We realize you guys have a lot of personal things that you need to take care of and that you're trying to do the distance learning and online learning with us as best you can. But, you know, getting hours is getting hours. So those of you that log in at the very end, you will not receive the amount of hours as you would if you logged in the very beginning. So please don't try to cheat the clock. I mean, this is for you guys to stay tuned in and plugged in with us so that we can deliver that information. April Grant, Maribella Hernandez, Taylor Campbell, all North School students, Erica Inman, South School. Thank you, Erica. Lauren Baldwin, South. So while everybody takes the last minute to clock in, I just want to be thankful for my health and my fabulousness. I think being thankful is something that you have to be mentally first before you can be physically. So if I have something to be thankful for, it's that I'm not afflicted. I'm in good health. So those of you that have allergies at this time, um, take care of yourselves. Don't panic. Make sure that you're not following the symptoms that you feel might make you susceptible to the coronavirus. But if you feel like you may have any of the symptoms, please practice the right standards. So isolate yourself. Taylor Campbell, April Grant, Promise Segal, okay. Marina Flag, Felice Escamilla, very good. Vicky Atkinson, Olivia Flack, Tabitha Kelly. Okay, so those of you that are logged in, it's great to see you guys. Pen and paper is probably going to be necessary because I'm going to be going over the prerequisite of all of the learning that you'll have. Today's schedule is going to consist of us three. Jeremy gave you basically the outline and a little bit of a roll call earlier today. And so today, what I like to do is just give you a prerequisite of what you're going to be learning with Alana in the next chapters of our curriculum. So after the end of this chapter, you will learn first aid procedures for following. I'm going to peek behind it. But for the following first aid procedures are going to be known. You're going to be able to list and state all of the first aid procedures for bleeding or wounds. You're going to know what to do. There's 4 steps to that. For burns, burns can be electrical or chemical. We'll have the steps for that. For choking, fainting, and eye injury. And Alana's going to go over that with you on Sunday. So today she is going to join you later on to give you the blood exposure procedure for state board. So those of you that are going to state board need to really tune in to her so that she can step you through all of the requirements for you to pass your state board blood exposure incident. So just off the top of y'all's head, choking. We touched on that yesterday. What is the first step? Because I know a lot of people panic when you see somebody in crisis. The first thing is to panic. And with choking, the first step for choking is something that you need to know. So you're going to be able to describe the first aid techniques for choking, explain the first aid techniques for fainting, and explain the first techniques for eye injury and the rest. Okay, you ready for the fun fact? Fun fact for today. I'm not going to write these down because I don't have enough whiteboards, but I'm going to give you our fun facts verbally and let you guys chime in just for the participation grade, which I know that you guys love. Okay, fun fact number one. Fainting is a survival mechanism the body uses when blood and oxygen levels in the brain drop. So, when fainting occurs, what happens? Can you guys tell me? I'm waiting for your answers. Answers now. Really don't know, Vicky? Blackout? No, no, no. Fainting is a survival mechanism. That's the fun fact that the body uses when blood and oxygen levels in the brain drop. Lack of oxygen. Blood sugar could be high. Okay, that could be a problem. Remember to hit the like button. Thank you, JoJo. Remember to hit the like button for me and my little ensemble that I wore for you guys today. Remember to hit the like button for Bottom Beauty Schools and all of us instructors that are riding hard for you guys. Okay? So why does the body faint? Why is that a survival mechanism? Lack of oxygen to the brain. You lose oxygen. Okay, you lose oxygen to the brain, but why does fainting occur? What actually happens physically to your body when you lose oxygen to the brain? Your blood levels drop and you get pale. Lack of oxygen. Okay. Heart rate slows. Okay, Kira, very good. So, Kira Kuzumano, your heart rate slows down. Okay. And so then what happens? Everything else in your body does a reaction to that. So, when your heart rate slows down and the lack of oxygen and blood to your brain stops, your body has no other reaction but to shut down. So it does not rely on your brain to continue to move it. And so it's a mechanism. Your body can recalibrate when you faint. Exactly. Very good. Now you guys are in. Okay. It's like a computer. It's a restart for us. Absolutely right, Jennifer. Or Alyssa Siciliano, Annalisa Siciliano. Yes, temporary loss of consciousness. So the blackout occurs as a protection mechanism for your body to be able to recharge or to regain its consciousness or lack of whatever it's needing. Very good. All right. So that was fun fact number one. Now I'd like to go over the prerequisite of the learner for this chapter. And because we need a little bit of motivation, because sometimes people are thinking, oh, online distance learning is going to be easy. I don't really have to be there in front of Kim and her giving me a hard time about not paying attention. No, it's not like that at all. It's actually a lot harder. And I want you guys to understand and stay focused about how you're taking this course. If you're taking this course seriously, then what you're doing is you're making sure to tune in to every channel and get all the information. If you're not taking it seriously, then you need to, because this might be our way of life for a minute. So those of you that feel like this is kind of your out to not participate, I regret to be the one to inform you that it's actually the opposite. Your participation is key. Your roll call is key. Your logging in is key. It's the only way you're going to get your time and your hours that you want to graduate and to move forward into your decision in this career path that you chose. So just because we're not doing hair at the school and you're not clocking hours physically doesn't mean you have to lag on the online learning or the distance learning. You don't get a pass because you can't log in. So whenever we ask for participation, make sure you're participating so that we know that you're here and logged in. If you come in on the tail end of any of my classes or teachers, you will not be given the credit that you expect. So please do not argue about the hours afterwards. If you're truly, truly invested, then you'll pay attention to what online learning is in the future of it and how we're going to proceed. Okay, so before we start that, we're going to do a little work on the mind frame of learning because I thought, if you're at home with your kids every day and you don't really have the discipline and you don't really have the wherewithal, your mind frame can change. Okay, so here's a short list of what you need to do to get in the right mind frame of learning, especially on distance learning. And whether you're one of those people that are technical learners or audio learners or hands-on, it doesn't matter at this point. This is what it is, okay? So mind frame learning. The first thing that you need to remember is you need to at least take a look at what you're learning. Open a book, preview, look at your chapters, read them. Maybe not read the whole thing word for word, but at least give it a nice, good scan. Okay, then you want to highlight and name all of the things that you're going to have to learn because that is going to help you in the long run. Okay, it helps you put things into your own words. It helps you understand them better because you are naming them yourself. When you preview a chapter, it activates your attention. So if you never look at the chapter content, then how are you going to know what it is you're learning and if you're going to learn it or if you want to learn it? So previewing is very important, but naming is more important because now you can name your chapter. You can name it first aid, microbiology, anatomy. Okay. Naming helps you put what you learn and organize the information that you learn in a timely manner so that you can remember it. I don't write anything down, I don't remember it. If I don't give it a name, I don't remember it. The next thing is connecting. What this does is it helps you sort things into category. It helps you set groups and highlight certain points that you want to remember. If you don't connect with what you're learning, then you're probably not going to want to learn it. So some people get into the idea that they don't want to learn anatomy. They're going to go, oh, that chapter, nah, I don't really want to learn that. Estheticians, chime in about how you have to learn anatomy and why it's important. Cosmetologist, nail techs. Why are you feeling attacked, Destiny? This is all for you. This is all for you guys. Don't feel attacked. This is not an attack. This is the truth. If you don't learn something and don't want to learn it, if you don't preview it, if you don't name it, and if you don't connect with it, how are you going to want to learn it? Like, that's common sense. Naming also helps you see the differences in everything that you are learning. So when you name something, you claim it as your own. You don't just look at it and read it and it's not anything to you. You actually have a connection with it. So, and that's the next one, connecting. Connecting helps you sort things into groups and highlight how things fit together. So if you can't tell the difference between what color neutralizes orange, then you're not connecting. If you can't tell the difference between skin types, if somebody needs a lactic acid peel or a salicylic acid peel or microdermabrasion on the skin. Yeah. All right. Next thing is, I have my little script. Self-checking. Self-checking provides a recap and summarizes, and that's going to determine whether you're ready to move forward with the next step. And I have a lot of students who feel like they can jump from the beginning to the end instead of the end to the beginning or in the middle. They don't want to do the self-checking part because that's the hardest part for us to do. And exactly, Alyssa, by not connecting and naming your chapters and how you can learn to connect with your clients, you are at a loss. You're at a deficit in this industry. And that's why, for me, self-checking is more important because it helps me recap. As a teacher, I need to learn how to understand how my students are learning and their outcomes when they're learning. So if I don't do self-checking with them, then they're not going to do that with each other and themselves. The next one is applying. Applying puts knowledge into action. Anytime you practice something, you solve a problem. It's like a puzzle. Anytime you achieve something, you figure something out. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. This is why we do what we do so hard at home. And we go the extra mile to let you guys know this is what we care about. Being able to connect with clients will keep them coming back. Absolutely. And keep steady money for you. Yes, that's the connection. Absolutely. Thank you, Joelle. Hi, Marie. Okay, so the application part is the part that we are temporarily on hold for, but applying our craft. That means the hands-on. We're going to get a chance to do that. In the meantime, we can do the self-testing. And the self-testing sends a signal to the brain that it's okay. Take new challenges. Once you've tested out of something, once you've mastered something, once you've gotten the gist or the practice, you can move on. And it's your brain's way of kind of saying, yeah, go ahead, go for it. And then the last is probably the most important for me when I learn is the transfer, is the journaling, is the writing it down, learning by words. That's going to transfer for my future because it's going to help me remember all the stuff that I'm not going to remember by watching this video. That's okay, Marie. If you're late, baby, it's fine. You're good. You're only 15 minutes late. Okay. All right. So, grow what you know. Equals 1216. Here we go. Fun fact number 2. Y'all ready for fun fact number 2? If you guys want to write this down. Fun fact number 2, someone is choking, they cannot speak. If they're full on choking, they're not going to be able to speak or cry. If a baby is choking, that child won't cry. So that is a clear observation that whatever airway is being completely obstructed. There are sometimes obstruction of airways where the person can talk or choke or baby can cry a little bit. But choking victims who have imminent doom in front of them can choke within 6 to 10 minutes. So first aid responders are told you have 4 minutes to prevent someone from choking to death. So 6 minutes, the oxygen to the brain is shut off, and that could cause problems to the rest of the body and the respiratory system. By 10 minutes, if someone is without oxygen, the chances of survival are slim or lessen for that reason. So those of you that weren't aware of that, so if you see someone choking, you have basically 4 to 6 minutes to administer CPR. And again, we're going to go over that. So that is our second fact. I don't want to call it a fun fact, but it is a fact. So what I'd like to do now is let's go ahead and review if you guys were able to see the videos. I don't know if you were. Let's go ahead and talk about the first video. Could someone say, stick your fingers up there? What is that? Okay, very good. So those of you that are CPR certified, good job to you guys. Make sure that you notice the signs of someone choking, if they are choking. So did you guys get a chance to watch the videos? How do you get CPR certified? Go ahead. Thank you. Take that in. Jazzy G, we are going to answer your question shortly. Okay. Olivia, sticking your fingers in someone's mouth when they're choking can actually lodge the item further in, so that is not the right answer. Okay. Thank you, Brenna. 30 chest compressions and singing Staying Alive, Riri. Very good. Have to go through training, Red Cross, Red Cross. But I want to know what you guys would do if you encountered a choking victim in your salon or a setting where you had to know procedure. Yes, you can get certified through American Red Cross, but no one can describe the first aid techniques for choking. Smack their back to see if you dislodge it. Emily Molina. Red Cross. Come on, you guys are giving generic answers now. I'm asking a direct question. What happens if somebody's choking? No, you do not stick your fingers in their mouth. You guys can't look at your books. You should have your cosmetology fundamentals or your textbooks in front of you. The first thing to do if someone is choking, let's say it's an adult, okay? Rihanna Garcia, 5 abdominal thrusts if choking. Back slaps. Ask if they could cough or talk. Tell someone to call 911. Open the airway. Maximum of 5 smacks right between the shoulders if they are choking. Check the airway. Check the airway. Laura Lopez, you are correct. Okay, if somebody's choking and they can't speak, you automatically know there's something in their airway. Okay, check the scene. If they are okay, call 911, open the airway. Okay. Feliz Escamilla, ask if they're choking, see if they can cough or talk. Back slaps, then abdominal thrust. Very good. Very good. See if they can cough. Taylor Campbell says, see if they can cough, and if not, lay them down, support their head, and perform CPR. Heimlich Maneuver after slapping the back. Monica Marga. Okay, very good. In a situation where someone is choking, there can be a certain degree of panic and confusion. And the first important thing to remember if you're administering CPR, that you need not panic or fall prey to worry and just freak out. The last thing you need is somebody who is going to panic and cause the situation to be worse. You want to make sure that you're calm. If you can administer CPR, please do. If someone is choking, then there's different procedures for a child rather than an adult. So you want to make sure Heimlich Maneuver, yes. So if those of you that are wordies or definition freaks, what is the Heimlich maneuver? Lauren stated Heimlich maneuver. Heimlic is how you spell. What does that consist of? Each one teach one right now. Those of you that know what a Heimlich maneuver is, I need a general definition, not your own play on words, but the definition. Google it. Now's the time. Hannah Broadway performs CPR if they are non-responsive. No, if they're choking, you do not want to perform CPR. You want to make sure that you do not force whatever is obstructing their airway deeper into the airway. So that is not correct. Applying pressure on the abdomen to relieve choking. Okay. Procedure for dislodging someone before you interlock your fingers and do upward pushes up under their rib cage. Very good, Annabelle. You place a fist. Lauren Baldwin says you place a fist slightly above the belly button and pull up. Yes. So it's below the rib cage, and then you're going to do how many thrusts? Does anybody know? Well, how many counts? I think it's 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4. It's 5. Okay, it's 5. Yes. Guys are awesome. 5. And you don't do them in succession back to back. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Good participation, you guys. Excellent, excellent. Yes. Look at Joanna clapping. JoJo got some really smart students. Okay. So when someone faints, you're going to be able to prescribe or to describe the procedure for fainting. Again, I'm not going to get into depth with that because Alana's going to do that. So I'm going to go to my next fun fact for the day, and then we will take a short break. Okay, so fun fact for the day. I don't know if you guys are old school or have grandmas and grandpas, but we were told is when we had a burn that we were to apply butter or Vaseline, and that is an urban myth. Okay, actually, it's not a good idea to do that. Those of you that know what I'm talking about, you guys are old enough to know, get some butter out of the fridge because they thought the coolness of the butter would help the burn, but actually it's the opposite because the those products actually help to trap heat under the skin, and it goes into the tissue as long as it stays burning. So it can increase the cause of infection. It can actually make it worse. So Vaseline, butter, not a good idea when you have a burn of any kind, a heat burn or an electrical burn or anything. Mustard? Oh my Lord, really? I've heard milk is probably because of the lactic acid in milk. It keeps burns in the mouth, but no butter, no Vaseline. What I like to use is the Neosporin pain relief, which works great. And it's got aloe vera. I have aloe vera plant outside, so yeah. Alexis Lazo, aloe vera, milk. Yes, so y'all know when you apply this vinegar for a sunburn. Monica Merca, good to know. All right, good to know. Toothpaste. See, toothpaste. Honey, okay. Butter on my kids. Jennifer. Oh my gosh. No, girl. It's not a good idea. Milk. I'm telling you, if you have a burn from hot something in your mouth, milk will eliminate it quickly. All right, like this channel, like me for now. I'm getting on 22 likes. I think I need more. I got 62 participants. I know it's Saturday morning, beautiful outside. A lot of you guys aren't really worried about hours at this moment. Make sure that you guys are practicing social distancing and staying safe and sanitizing every surface. It's 12:38. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes for a break. So please make sure to tune in like 4 minutes. Okay. to see you guys are still here. 12:35, still hanging in. Good. So, did anybody get a chance to watch the videos? Just curious. All right, so let's go ahead. And while everybody is timing in and chiming in, I've got 60 of you guys, which is a little bit less than normal. Let's talk about the first video, what you observed. Let's go ahead and give some of your thoughts and feelings or facts and observations that you made for that video. You want to pull that up for me over there? The first one, I guess the choking, bleeding wounds, I don't know. So we're going to call that video number 1. If you had a hard time streaming the video or looking at it, or if you didn't receive it, we can do a recap. On the prerequisite of the learner and kind of go over what you guys will be learning for the next few days. So the first video is choking adult or child. Yes, support them, leaning forward. 5 blows, yes. And a lot of you answered the question earlier, is to put a fist between the tummy and the chest. 30 chest compressions, back blows. Yes. So if someone is choking, Tabitha Kelly is absolutely right. Prioritize on saving their life. Not panicking again, staying strong. So these videos are going to be a part of your lab grade and for testing. Chest compressions. So for choking, cough it out, slap it out, squeeze it out, call 911 and keep going. As long as you help and obey the Good Samaritan law, then you will be able to make sure that this is done properly have background static, so yeah. All right, so the next video, what to do if someone has a seizure, if someone faints. Some of the causes for seizure are epilepsy, alcohol poisoning, lack of oxygen, head injury, drugs, overdose, low glucose. If someone becomes suddenly unresponsive, has a rigid body or arched back, convulsive movements, saliva at the mouth, loss of bladder or bowel control after they could fall into a deep sleep. Yes, very good. I'm going to protect their head. Remove surrounding hazardous objects. Very good. Open the airway and check for breathing. Very good, Chloe Long. You want to note the time. Write down times and events for first responders so that they can have an idea of how to help someone depending on the amount of time they've been in crisis. You want to make sure that you open the airway and check breathing, like Chloe Long stated. Make sure you put in the recovery item, like a pillow, to help them. Make sure that the person is coherent and able to speak. Yes. If they're not able to speak, then you want to make sure to turn them on their side. If you see that there's something that is coming up, that the airway's been obstructed, if it's a seizure, if they have blockage, if they're unresponsive for more than 10 minutes, turn them on their side and make sure that they are not restrained. Call 911. That's the most important thing. So if you guys are watching the videos, lay them down so they don't bite their tongue. Yes. Recovery position. So what is recovery position? I'm kind of looking at the videos on another computer. So can we fast forward it to eye injury for the next one? Diabetic emergency. Okay, you guys, watch the video. What about a diabetic emergency? First aid training, what do you do? Until the ambulance arrives, what do you do? You want to look for a medical warning bracelet. See if their skin is warm or dry. If they're thirsty, that's a good indication of hyperglycemia, and drowsy and could become unresponsive. So if that person is complaining of those symptoms, you need to call 911. Hyperglycemia, tell the 911 operator that you suspect it. You need to check their level of response. And also make sure that you give their information of the address, first and last name if you can, and date of birth if that person is coherent enough to let you know. Yes. So Kylie said give them juice or something with sugar. That has been known to work in the past, depending on the situation. But usually, people who are having a diabetic emergency, you need to make sure that you follow the proper procedure for that. Um, and if that requires giving them juice or sugar, if the 911 operator tells you to do so, then you need to do so. Steel magnolias, yes. What to look for in hypoglycemia is weakness or faintness or hunger, confusion or irrational behavior, sweating with cold, clammy skin, and a rapid pulse, heart palpitations, trembling or shaking, and if someone is less responsive to you, that is an indication. So what you need to do, look at the video, sit them down, help them to take glucose gel or tablets. Lauren, you're right, juice or water. Taylor Campbell says peanuts, but I think if you give them a 150 milliliter glass of juice or fruit juice or water, that's going to be the best option. If someone is having an attack, you want to make sure to keep them calm and hopefully not allow them to panic. If they improve, you want to give them a sugary drink and then lay them down and let them rest. That is a very, very explosive attack on the body, so they need rest time after that. If you don't see improvement, you want to call 911 or a primary care physician and make sure that you check with them often, check their level of response, check their level of consciousness. And that's diabetic. It's called hyperglycemia. Yes. Some people, when their blood sugar is low, they get grouchy. But there's some people who have a very, very life-threatening reaction to when that happens. All right. So I'm looking at the video and I'm watching you guys and I'm hoping you're participating. Orange juice, yes. But make sure, Sarah Barons, that they're not on medications like I am that make them allergic to orange juice, because you could exacerbate the situation. So apple juice, grape juice, a sugary drink like Gatorade is always best. Sometimes people have allergic reactions to things we can never think about. All right. Fun fact. Chemical burns take longer to heal than electrical burns. Fun fact number 3 today. So the reason why chemical burns take a lot longer to heal is because of the amount of time they have contact with the skin. If you touch something that's hot, like a stove or a curling iron or something that might burn you instantly, then your level of contact is lessened than if you get bleach or color or ammonia or acetone on your skin. A chemical burn could take more time to dissolve through the layers of the skin. Therefore, it makes it a lot harder to heal, in the healing time a lot slower. It depends, though, on your level of burns with electrical, because there are first, second, and third degree burns. Anytime you burn the skin, whether it's chemical or electrical, you have to eat through certain layers in order for it to be categorized as the degree of the burn. Some people suffer third and fourth degree burns, meaning that it's gone down to the tissues so deep that there's skin grafting involved. And then you have your first degree burns, which is just the surface of the skin. So those of you moms out there with super hot curling irons and irons that you're ironing your kids' clothes and stuff that can cause burns for your kids. Just be careful. Make sure that you guys are keeping those safety precautions intact and making sure that you guys are not being unaware of our daily work, even though we're not at work. Fun facts for the day. That's my last one. Now's the time for me to say hello to you guys or goodbye to you guys and read. Yes, bleach burns are no joke. Bleach burns happen when we don't wear gloves, Alyssa Braniff, and we do highlights and we let it get into the cuticle of our fingers and then it abrades our cuticle and the dermal layer of our skin. Diabetic people, Olivia is mentioning, yeah, she has a muscle spasm if she doesn't take care of herself. Diabetic people need to be extra careful. Make sure you guys are practicing all of your social distancing and safety precautions in your home, um, even outside your home. Yeah. All right, Ava Mueller, Erica Inman, Monica Merga, Consuelo Connie, Alexis Lazo. It's 12:52, and I'm going to take this time to let you guys log out. If you have any questions about your assignment, please email Molly at Lavrenchick. I think it's lavrenchick.com. You guys have her email address. lavrenchickm.com. Molly, if you're on, if you could just please shoot that email address out there for them. They have assignments that need to be turned in. She's going to be logging in with you guys after Alana does her first live ever. I'm excited to see her blood exposure service live. Make sure that you pay attention and like everything that she tells you. Like this page, like me. I got 37 likes, you guys. That's all. That's like not even half. So, April Grant, Felice Escamilla, Amber Crum, Yasmin Collin. Yes, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Joelle. Want to make sure you guys get your hours and your information. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Faith Elledge. Now, Faith, were you here earlier? I don't know. Okay. Are you North School, Faith? Katie Bow. No, Katie's North. Laura Lopez. I'm just trying to learn your name so that I can make sure that I log you in or we log you in on the right hours. Okay, Paul Fix. Lauren Garbiden, Faith Ellis, Brianna Alonso. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Morgan. You're welcome. Melissa Martinez, Kylie Cunningham. All right. Leslie Montenegro. Awesome. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate the participation and hopefully we're giving you everything you need. Hopefully I've motivated you to get in the mindset of learning because the mindset of learning is going to take you. Doesn't matter how cute I look or how much jewelry I'm wearing or how much information we give to you. If you are not in the mindset of learning, then learning is going to become a drudgery and a hassle, and that is not what this is about. Do not give up. Do not stop doing your dream. This is just a temporary pause in our lives, and we'll get through it. Thank you all for tuning in. Kimberly, hi Kimmy, Maria Oliveria. Thank you, Brenna. You have a good day. Alana Ledwig, yes, she has provided you with Molly's email if you need it. So in order to turn in your assignments, make sure that you have Molly's email so that you can get credit for all of your hard work and participation. Thank you, Amber. You have a great day. Thank you, Maria. Have a great afternoon. Bye, Miranda. Bye. Bye, Yaritza. Bye, Kylie. Thank you, Kara. Guys, have a wonderful day. Mwah. Wait, email what? It's Alana's. It's laverichick@gmail.com is Molly's email. That's how you're going to have to turn in your assignments. Bye, Alyssa. Hey, JoJo. Just go back to the live chat, honey. You're fine. Thank you, Katie, though. I appreciate you guys. All right. Bye, Marisol.